Bills Mafia, what the fuck is going on, Bills Mafia? Listen, it's your boy Mac Mafia back on another episode of Table Smashers. Listen, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, let your friends know, spread the word, and let us do what we do. Listen, most importantly though, if you're new to the channel, understand one thing, we're untraditional around here. You come here, this is somewhat bar talk, so to speak. You get away from the wife, you get away from the husband. You come here, we talk our talk. Most important thing though, you ain't gotta worry about nobody nagging you, nobody on your back, nobody on your heels, nobody on any of that, because you're in the comfort of your own home, or you're in your man's house, or whatever the hell you at. You there, and you tuned in, and again, we sit up there, and we doing what we do, and again, we untraditional, we curse, we pretty much do what we want to do. You know what I'm saying? The only difference, the only thing is, we don't use the N word, we don't use the B word, and we definitely don't shoot shots at whatever your agenda is, whatever your preference is, whatever have you. We don't shoot no shots at that. We welcome all, we love all. That's how we give it up around here. Listen, at the end of the day, everybody, even other fan bases, man, y'all, everybody's welcome. Like I said, we don't shoot no shots. We don't intend to hurt anybody's feelings. We don't do none of that. We just here to talk our shit, get away from the hustle and bustle of our work lives, and that's just pretty much it. But for the most part, like I told you guys, we here just to have fun, talk shit about our team. Like I said, you know, I rep Buffalo Bills, the Bills all day, every day, and it's gonna be that way to the day I die. And ain't none of that shit ever gonna change. But we, like I said, we do welcome other fan bases. You're more than welcome to come on, talk your shit, pop your shit. But don't forget, man, subscribe. Let your friends know, let your peoples know, and let them know. Put out that disclaimer, yo, we a little different over here. We like I said, we curse, we talk our shit, so to speak, man. That's just it, man. What could I say? Listen, it's been a long ass week as far as our Buffalo Bills. Wednesday kept us busy. I wanted to get on sooner and pretty much just talk about everything that was going on. But work life, again, very demanding job. And let's just say I do a very good job of keeping people safe. Let's just say that much, right? But again, very good job. Very busy job, very demanding job, rather, so to speak. And that's just it, man. Let's pretty much get into what we seen this week and our feelings on it. We've had a few days to kind of pretty much process everything that went on, pretty much digest it, take some of the shit for what it's worth, and just pretty much just go through the bullshit, man. And the most hurtful ones, I'm gonna be honest with you, I myself am a little different than what most Bills fans are, probably, depending on your age group. So when I'm getting into that, I just want to point out that a lot of this pretty much depends on how old you are. Me personally, I'm 45, I'll be 46 next month. So I've been through a lot with the Buffalo Bills. So let's just say my pain tolerance is a little higher than someone who's maybe 25, 30 years old when it comes to the Buffalo Bills. So with that being said, seeing some of these departures this week, I can kind of look at the glass half full as opposed to half empty. I'm not blinded by the quarter in front of me that I can't see the dollar ahead, right? And what I mean by that is losing Jpo, losing Tre White, losing Mitch Morse, but most importantly, again, and losing some of the others, but the ones that hit home the most and the ones that hurt the most, honestly, and I'm sure I speak for everybody when I say this shit, losing Jpo, he's been with us for the last 7 years. That dude is he's the foundation of that defense, him and Micah Hyde, and we know we losing Micah Hyde to free agency. So the shit was a reality check, right? But losing him and losing Tre White, to me, hurt the most because, again, Tre White, again, badass man. And it's sad the way his career as a Buffalo Bill ended. You know, he suffered 2 major injuries, his Achilles and an ACL. Those are 2 injuries to bounce back from. And he wasn't the same no more. You know, so to speak, when he came back from his first injury, we seen that he was revving up, he was getting things started and stuff like that. But we also seen that, again, guess what? Listen, he's still playing good ball, but he's still not the same. He's not the same individual he once was. And now, once he comes off that second injury, we all know Tre White is never going to be the same again. But set aside all that, yo, dude is a good fucking dude, man. Like he's well liked in the locker room. He's well liked amongst us Bills fans. Dude is a lot of fun and seems to be a great guy to be around. Obviously, I don't know him personally, but again, dude is a phenomenal fucking dude from what we can see from the outside looking in, right? And based on what everybody says about him. So losing him and losing Jpo to me hurt the most. But that shit to me really hurt for about 30 minutes, man. Again, like I told you, I'm 45 years old. I've been through a lot as a Bills fan. And I dealt with some shit throughout the years, right? And this kind of brought me back to seeing Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, and Andre Reed part ways as well. Because that era was hard too. And we went to 4 Super Bowls in that era. And when I started seeing them guys, then seeing like even Thurman Thomas then playing for like the Dolphins and like you just you see Bruce Smith playing for other teams as well. I think after that he played for the Washington Redskins, and so you like, yo, what the fuck, you know? But so this hit me, man, right? But it ain't hit as hard as it did for some of y'all. So for those that it hit hard to, I just want to say, yo, listen, we gonna be all right. I promise you, we gonna be all right. And at the end of the day, listen, these were some moves that had to get done. At the end of the day, I know none of us want to get rid of, like I said, the 2 hard ones for me, Jpo and Tre White. But bottom line is this: come the season, come next month, just Jpo will be 33 years old. Tre White is coming off 2 major injuries. And listen, guys, real talk, right? We were one of the oldest teams in the NFL. And if we talking Super Bowl window, yeah, we got J17 and everything, but if we talking Super Bowl window, we got to get some young bulls on this team, man. And that's the bottom line. We got to get some young bulls. And I personally think, and again, this what I'm saying probably ain't too popular, but you guys will see what I'm talking about, right? I personally think all the moves that was made was okay. Let me retract that shit. Maybe not all the moves, right? Because the one move that I'm kind of having trouble with will probably be the Mitch Morse move. Because our offensive line played very well this year. They played, again, like I told you, I'm 45 years old. I've been a Bills fan since 1988. Ain't too much I ain't seen. Ain't too much heartbreak I ain't been through. Like I said, my pain tolerance when it comes to the Buffalo Bills is second to fucking practically none, right? I've been through all that shit, right? So now, I'm saying that to say this. Our offensive line played very well this year. Played very well. Why would you kind of break that up? Or why would you kind of fuck that up? Our offensive line was one of the healthiest position groups this whole year. They played the whole year together and they all played well. Now you got to kind of move shit around and make chicken salad out of chicken shit with certain guys. That's the one position group that I see as of right now regressed. Because again, guys, when it comes to Micah Hyde, when it comes to Jpo, Micah Hyde, we losing him in free agency as well. Safe to say that. But when it comes to Micah Hyde, when it comes to Jpo, when it comes to Tre White, these is moves, guys, that had to be made. And it hurts because we have an emotional attachment to them. And the shit that hurts the most is because I believe that our Buffalo Bills are going to win the Super Bowl. And I just feel in my heart of hearts that they should have been a part of that shit. I think they deserved it more than I shouldn't say more than anybody else, because shit, we all deserve that shit, right? But bottom line is this: they really deserved what the Buffalo Bills is about to achieve. And it just hurts to know that they're not a part of that shit. So that's the hardest part for me to dissect. The fact that these guys were so instrumental to this team that they're not going to be a part of our future. But again, it had to get done, man. It's something that had to get done. It was something that at the end of the day, there was no way around it. Again, Jpo coming into the season would have been 33 years old. Mitch Morse, 32 years old. When you look at Tre White, again, suffered 2 major injuries. He'll never be the same again. I don't care what you say. Listen, dude's a strong dude. Dude battled back. Dude did a lot of shit to come back in the time that he did when he suffered that first injury. But here's the bottom line, man. Fact of the matter is, you're playing a very demanding position where you're guarding the fastest fucking people in the world, or all in sports. It's a reactive position where it requires you to cut and do all this other shit, how are you supposed to bounce back from that, right? When you're dealing with an Achilles and when you're dealing with a torn ACL as well. That shit is just sad, and it hurts, and it bothers. If I'm being 100% transparent, I'm being real. That's the shit that gets to me, and that's the shit that bothers me, alongside that these dudes deserve to get a ring with the Buffalo Bills. That's the shit that bothered me, right? But again, it's something that needed to be done. Look for the Bills to get younger. That's what we needed, man. Listen, Stephon Diggs at 30 years old is the oldest player on offense currently right now after these cuts were made. And listen, that's what the fuck we needed. That's what we needed. Again, we needed to get these young bulls in there where now, guess what? At the end of the day, we ready, man. Listen, I don't even want to talk this team up, but if you look at certain teams, so to speak, like the New England Patriots, so to speak, like when it was on their run, right? So to speak, like the Kansas City Chiefs, that's what they do, man. Honestly speaking. Find me the longest tenured player on any of those teams, and I promise you, the Buffalo Bills got them beat. Because, again, what they do is, man, they keep that rotation going. And again, I'm not putting light on our situation, because again, it sucks to let some of these guys go. But it was a necessity, man. It had to get done. Now, I'm going to say this. Bills Mafia, listen to me very fucking closely. Again, like I told you guys, I've been a Bills fan since 1988. Do not ride the wave or ride the emotional roller coaster. Do not. Let this shit play out. And the reason I'm saying that is because I hear a lot of Bills fans saying, yo, we fucked, we done, we XYZ, it ain't happening. There goes our window's closed. Listen, don't fall victim to that shit. And definitely don't fall victim to it if you're getting that shit from ESPN or any of these other places. Don't fall victim to that shit. Again, listen, the Buffalo Bills ain't done. Again, the Buffalo Bills are right what the fuck they need to be right now. And again, like I said there and I told you guys, bottom line is this. Let this shit play out, bro. Listen, they cut a bag of money. They cut a whole bunch of money, right? They cut a whole bunch of money. Guess what? A week ago, free agency for us was about to be real fucking boring. Why? Because we ain't have nothing to work with. But now the Buffalo Bills freed up not a bag of money, but let's just sit up there and say, so I'm going to take that word back. Let's just sit up there and say they freed up money where now they can go ahead and they can fill some of the holes. Because the Buffalo Bills has holes now. I'm going to tell you that right now. The Buffalo Bills lineup has holes. And I'm going to tell you some of these holes are key positions. But, again, nonetheless, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to tell you guys. Like I told you guys, the biggest thing that the Buffalo Bills lost, and at some point it had to happen, aside from being emotionally attached to these dudes, one of the biggest things that we lost is leadership. But you know what? That's the fuck what, man. At some point, another motherfucker got to step up. And now that means dudes like Rasul Douglas. That means dudes like Taylor Rapp. That means dudes like Deion Dawkins. And these dudes are already doing a great job, especially my man Deion Dawkins. But again, now you just got to raise the level of leadership. That's what it comes down to. So if the Buffalo Bills suffered anything, aside from us being devastated at the fact that we lost our boys and those dudes are pretty much, man, we know, listen, like these dudes is household names in the Bills Mafia's house. You know, if you're married, if you have kids, if you watch the game with your cousins, if you watch the game with your friends, these people know who these people are because we bring our world to them because that's how much of a passionate fan base we are. So these dudes is household names. So when we lose their leadership, it's like, holy shit. But again, listen to me closely, man. Somebody has got to step the fuck up eventually. Like I told you guys, the one that hurts the most to me would probably be, when I say hurts the most, I'm talking about as far as I think we're going to be hurting the most. That would probably be Mitch Morse. Like I told you guys before, reason why, guy's been a tremendous leader. Guy is Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? Remember, he came from KC. You know, he came from KC and That dude embraced the Buffalo Bills and the city of Buffalo tremendously. Again, I'm not from Buffalo, you know, I'm from the Bronx, right? So, but I follow the Bills heavy, man, and again, a lot of people from the city of Buffalo, man, were really in love with this dude because this guy was a great guy to the city of Buffalo. So, and listen, he was a great teammate. He was just, dude was, and on the field, yeah, he had his concussion injuries or whatever have you. But bottom line is this: listen, he was a great guy, man. He was a leader on the field. But again, he's 32 years old, come football season, and it's time to move on from him. But nonetheless, again, we got a good offensive coordinator in Aaron Cromer, and I believe in him, and I believe in what it is that he's gonna do with that offensive line. It's a very good draft class for offensive linemen as well. I know you do not want to hear that shit, because last thing we need to do is be sitting up there waiting on a wide receiver and you hear an offensive lineman's name called. Because just like you, I'm gonna go fucking bananas. I know you do not want to hear it, but listen, let me tell you guys something. You got 11 picks, right? And I look for Brandon Beam to somewhere along the lines get an offensive lineman. Again, it's a great class for it, man. It's a great class for offensive linemen. And look, we're gonna have to make some hard decisions, right? But bottom line is this: we got free agency that starts. The NFL season starts technically on Monday. That's the legal tampering period. Nobody can get signed, obviously, as you guys know, to Wednesday. If you don't know, now you know. Legal tampering period starts Monday. No one can get signed to Wednesday, right? But these dudes here, Brandon Beane, Sean McDermott, and again, not a popular decision. I actually like Sean McDermott. Has he made some bozo moves? 1,000,000% agreed. Listen, 1,000,000% agreed. Has he dropped the ball? 1,000,000% agreed. But if you look at, listen, I just know it could be a lot worse. But bottom line, like I said, like I told you guys, it comes down to your level of pain tolerance, man. I've dealt with shit, man. I've dealt with nothing. So I know when I look at somebody like Sean McDermott, I know that, yo, this dude, he may not be perfect. He may not be no Andy Reid, but he ain't no fucking Rex Ryan either. So I could deal with that. And as long as Josh Allen is my quarterback, and as long as these dudes, right? Because another thing it shows me what happened Wednesday. What that shows me is that we have a general manager who's active. We have a general manager who's looking to free. Because like I told you guys, if it ain't full, if he didn't do what he had to do on Wednesday, let me tell you something else. When you're looking at guys that you can still create money from, you can create money from Knox, you can create money from Ed Oliver, Teron Johnson, and nonetheless, you can also create money from Josh Allen. So you can reconstruct those contracts, and you can still free up a bag of money. So again, when you look at someone like that, you actually got to tell yourself, Brandon Beane now, right? When you look at somebody like Brandon Beane, that's a guy who's not sitting down on a Wednesday talking about yours hump day. I just got to get through the week. That shit means something to me. And again, like I told you guys, listen, I understand everybody's point of view. I understand where you're coming from. I understand your frustration. I understand all that shit because like I told you guys, I've been through a lot with this fucking team. But like I told you guys, we on to something. We got something here, man. We got something here. Could we get better? Should we make tweaks here and there? 1,000,000%. Now, I feel that, yo, Matt, you feel this way in March 9th. Are you going to feel this way next year, March 9th? Or are you going to feel this way during the season? I don't know. I can't answer that. But like I told you guys, this is bar talk. This is what the hell we do. We sit here, we talk our shit. I don't assume to know everything because I don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? But we come here, we talk our shit, and listen, some are going to be right, some are going to be wrong. But it don't fucking matter because again, like who's taking count, man? Like who's taking count? You don't tune into me so that I can sit up there and give you the answers to the world. No, you tune into me because I'm you. That's why you tune into me, because I'm you. I'm a motherfucker that you can sit down with at a bar, right? You can sit down without a bar. I got nothing to drink right now, but nonetheless, hey, fuck it, right? You can tune into me at a bar. I sit here with you and we talk our shit. We're gonna get this to the point where we can interact. Right now, I'm sure you just pop in a video, you just listen to it, and that's that. But we're gonna get to the point where we can interact. And again, like I told you guys, we're just gonna sit here, we're gonna shoot the shit. But again, I don't claim to know everything. Do I know a little bit? Absolutely. Why? Because I'm sick with this fucking team. Like, the Bills play a major part of my life. Like any you guys, anybody I grew up with, this team means something to me, man. This team really means something to me. And I'm gonna tell you something else, right? That when it comes to the Buffalo Bills, or when it just comes to football, right? I love all sports.